In Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the Dryad is often described as a nature-inclined fae, usually resembling women made of leaves, bark, and other flora. They were known to be nurturing, kind spirits of nature that lived away from civilization, tending to the needs of the forest. While they were neutral towards most people, they were also known for incredible violence against those who sought to destroy their natural homes, and they would protect their forest with a wrathful vigilance. The Dryad has an AC of 11 and 22 hit points, with a speed of 30. They have a 0 in strength, a +1 in dex, a 0 in constitution, a +2 in intellect, a +2 in wisdom, and a +4 in charisma. They are trained in perception and stealth, gaining a +4 and 5 in those skills respectively. They have dark vision up to 60 feet and speak both Elvish and Sylvan. Dryads are innate spellcasters with a save of 14. They can cast Druidcraft at will, and Entangle or Goodberry 3 times a day each. They can also cast Barkskin, Pass Without a Trace, and Shillelagh once per day each. They have a natural resistance to magic, giving them advantage on spell-based saving throws, and they can communicate with beasts and plants as if communicating verbally. The Dryad also has a trait called Tree Stride, in which they can use 10 feet of movement to magically pass through a tree and appear out of another within 60 feet. The trees must be large or bigger, and they must appear within 5 feet of their exit tree. In combat, the Dryad has a club with a +2 to hit, or a +6 if they've cast Shillelagh, dealing 1d4 bludgeoning damage, or 1d8 +4 with Shillelagh. They also have the action Fey Charm, in which they target one humanoid or beast within 30 feet, who must then succeed on a DC 14 wisdom save. On a failure, the creature becomes the Dryad's friend, and while they are not under its direct control, they will refuse to fight it and might follow its directions. Anytime the Dryad or its allies does something harmful to this target, it can repeat the saving throw, and a success makes it immune for 24 hours. If unsuccessful, the target is charmed for 24 hours, unless the Dryad dies, goes to another plane, or chooses to end the effect as a bonus action. As a note, they can only have one humanoid or up to 3 beasts charmed at one time. As a DM, I would play a Dryad as described, a creature that does not enjoy killing but is willing to do so to protect the forest. I would always have the Dryad or a group of Dryads fighting in a forested area, as this is their natural environment. Through their connection to nature, it's my belief that they would no doubt be aware of a party stomping through their woods, and so I would have them cast Pass Without a Trace on themselves and hide in the trees. Once the players have entered into an advantageous position, I would have the Dryad cast Shillelagh as a bonus action and Fey Charm on one of the beefier players, hoping to gain an ally. On their next turn, I would have the Dryad cast Entangle, dropping Pass Without a Trace and aiming to split the party, or to root ranged players in place. I would then have it use Tree Stride to emerge from a tree behind the ranged players, setting them up to be attacked along the edge of the Entangle. The hope here is that they will be unable to flee, and even if they do get away, they'll be down one tanky ally and easily caught using Tree Stride. From here, I would have the Dryad cast Barkskin on itself if the charmed player is not actively trying to protect it, or cast Barkskin on the charmed player if they are actively protecting the Dryad and have a lighter armor class like leather. The strategy then becomes whittling down the players one by one, targeting ranged and healers first, utilizing Tree Stride to hunt them down and avoid the melee players. The Dryads come to us from Greek mythology, with the name tracing its origins back to the Greek word dris, meaning oak. It was originally believed that the Dryads were nymphs of oak trees specifically, but their domain increased to encompass all trees as the legend expanded. The Dryads of Greek myth were characterized as shy creatures who avoided most beings with the exception of Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, with whom they were great friends. Ancient Greek folklore states that nymphs of all kind were protected by the gods, and that to avoid their wrath, mortals were to appease the Dryads before doing anything that might be seen as harming a forest, a practice that often included planting more trees or other acts of conservation to replenish what was being taken. In comparing the myth to the monster, we find that they're pretty similar. Both are spirits that protect and venerate forests, seeking to preserve their beauty. Where they deviate are in their appearance and willingness to fight. While the Dryads of myth are typically young, beautiful maidens who will seek retribution through the gods if harmed, the Dryads of D&D are a more standard fantasy fare, tree-like female nature spirits that are shy if left alone, but vicious warriors if provoked. If you enjoyed that video, consider giving it a like and giving me a follow. And for more of my videos, you can find me on Twitch @Moglaroo, YouTube @Moglaroo Streams, and TikTok @Moglaroo Streams as well.